Welcome everyone, this is Honest Restart, and this time we're talking about Mario Kart 9 seeming like it's not going to happen. So, what I'm getting at here with the Mario Kart 9 is the next mainline installment in the Mario Kart series that will be for Nintendo's mainline systems, not something like Mario Kart Tour. Now, there is some debate as to whether Mario Kart 9 is Mario Kart Tour, because in the Booster Course Pass, we are seeing different Mario Kart tracks for the entire mainline series, which also includes tracks from Tour, and Mario Kart Tour came out after Mario Kart 8 and is still getting new content now. So you could argue that Mario Kart Tour is Mario Kart 9. So we couldn't really mean a Mario Kart 10 here, but the main point is, when are we going to see the next mainline Mario Kart game? Because it seems like with every update we're getting for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the time for when we see this next Mario Kart keeps getting pushed up further and further and further. So what's going on? Are we really going to have to wait years, or is it around the corner? So the reason I'm actually making this video now is because we got Wave 3 of the Booster Course Pass, and with Wave 3 came some significant updates. They changed around some of the mechanics for some of the items in the games, like the Lightning Bolt for example, but they also added a whole new feature that none of us really expected. And we're not talking about just new content from the tracks, which by the way have gone continuously better and better, but actually they added an item editor. In a few of the modes of the game, you can check off which items you want to be used in your particular matches. And what's crazy about this is that this is a mechanic that changes everything. You can now practice how you use blue shells, you can have a bomb-only match. There's a lot more customization options here that are very much like Smash Brothers. And this is awesome. It's a great feature in the game that I'm glad is there, but it's the kind of update I would not have expected to see for a game that came out back in 2014. This is the kind of improvement I would have expected to have seen in the next Mario Kart game. Earlier this year, I made a video talking about what I would like to see, and I was kind of hoping that, eventually they would have some sort of change where they would do something like this. But it's looking like that they are treating the Booster Course Pass as the current Mario Kart. So we are getting continuous updates for Mario Kart. They are continuing to push this title, which has sold over 48 million copies on the Nintendo Switch, the best-selling Mario Kart game by far. That does not account for the 8+ million that bought it on Wii U as well. So this game is well over 50 million and climbing. And Nintendo is supporting this game. And we're at least getting DLC all the way up until the end of 2023. So when you take that into consideration, how long are we going to have to wait before the next Mario Kart? Well, with all these updates, I'm thinking it's going to be a while. They're not going to give us a new Mario Kart in 2024. I just don't see that happening with all this new content they're giving us now. There are going to be 96 total tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Typically when a new Mario Kart game comes out, there's 32, which is a solid number, but with the 96 we have for 8 Deluxe, or that we're going to have once the booster course is done, that's 3 times as much content in there. And there's years upon years of updates and improvements. It's really going to be hard to match up to that with the next installment, especially if they come out with it not so long from now. I really feel like if there is another Mario Kart, it has to be a ways off. It's really becoming a situation very similar to Smash Ultimate. It's going to be very hard for Nintendo to follow up Smash Ultimate unless they just iterate upon Smash Ultimate with expansions and DLC until a very long amount of time passes where they can afford to do some sort of reboot. That's what I think we're sort of looking at here. The next time Nintendo brings out a new Mario Kart, it's going to be something substantial, but it's also going to be a new beginning. And I think they're going to have a different model for the new Mario Kart. It's not going to be like previous Mario Kart games where they come out with 16 brand new tracks and 16 remade tracks. Considering that the Booster Course Pass is almost entirely remade tracks, how many more tracks are they going to have that they can use that will be remade that would make sense and that would be a nice quality addition to the Mario Kart series? They are running out of options because of how much new content they are adding for the Booster Course Pass. So I really do think we're kind of a ways off here, and I say that somewhat reluctantly because I want new Mario Kart content. I want there to be new maps, and I want there to be a new campaign where we can do more things beyond just the Grand Prix. I really think there's more they can do with Mario Kart. But at the same time, I'll only say it somewhat reluctantly because we're still getting new Mario Kart content. We're getting new tracks, we're getting remade tracks, and with every wave, they are getting better and better. and they are updating the game. like I said, they just added a new item editor in the game, which changes so many things about how we go about playing this game and what we can do with experimentation and different versus mode options. It changes a lot. The way Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is now compared to what it was back on the Wii U in 2014 is so different. A couple weeks ago I put out a video just talking about all the updates we've seen from beginning to now, and it's very substantial. They've more than doubled the amount of content that's in the game. It's insane. They're gonna end up like tripling it or something, which is crazy. It's like we've gotten multiple Mario Kart games within Mario Kart 8 Deluxe over these years. So perhaps the real Mario Kart 9 we've been waiting for is the Mario Kart 8 we've been enjoying this entire time. I know that's kind of a weird thing, but I think it does make sense. We're gonna have 96 tracks. Mario Kart 8 came out with 32. Do the math. That's a lot. And there are other changes as well. And then of course, Mario Kart Tour is still getting iterated upon as well. That's being supported and pushed. So I think we're a ways off. But how long do we have to wait? What's the window here? So when we take a look at the history of Mario Kart releases, excluding the arcade games, I think that kind of throws everything for a loop. But when we take a look at just the mainline releases, it seems like we get new content every 2 to 3 years. So with the Booster Course Pass ending in 2023, I wouldn't expect anything for 2024, but maybe for holiday 2025 or the second half of the year of 2025, I think that's when we can start to hope to see maybe the next Mario Kart update, be it a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass 2, which I would say is really unlikely, but also maybe instead we see something like Mario Kart 10, or whatever they want to call it. There were rumors that the next Mario Kart might be more like a Smash Kart. I know those rumors seem like they were probably wrong now, given we've gone the Booster Course Pass, but maybe they were just off by the timing, and that game is in development, but it's being saved or worked on, and it won't come out till at the earliest 2025, maybe even a little bit later, 2026. So that's my kind of range there. I think the earliest we see a brand new Mario Kart is the second half of 2025, or maybe sometime in 2026. I think that's kind of when we can start to expect the next Mario Kart. And considering the amount of content we're getting with a Booster Course Pass, I think that would be fine. But I'll say this as well. We've been getting some substantial updates with this Booster Course Pass. I don't think we're done. If some of the speculation is true that new hardware is around the corner, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of 4K update or something like that towards the end of the Booster Course Pass that will help to keep Mario Kart modern for a few more years. For when we finally do get that next big Mario Kart game, there will probably be like a bit of a reboot for the series. But what do you guys think? What do you guys make of the existence of a Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart 10? What's in the future for the Mario Kart series? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, everyone, this is On Just Restart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.